Go live on Data Natives. Preparing to live stream the meeting. So setting up the meeting.
And you have to do it public, right?
So
oh, something's happening.
Setting up the meeting.
Oh, you're live.
I'm live. I'm live. Okay, guys.
Great.
Good morning.
Oh, something's happening.
Setting up the meeting. Okay. Is it working now? Yes, you don't hear me double. Okay, you don't hear me. I think you just need to make sure that I'm muted then, or not to change. Okay. So, good morning. Good morning, everybody. How did everybody slept?
Some not at all.
Sorry?
Some not at
all. Did you guys work a lot last night? Any progress? Anyone wants to share any updates here with everybody? Good to have 30 people here awake and ready to rock and roll today. Yeah. I think some people are also looking for the Zoom link because I got a private message asking me about it. So maybe Paula, you can.
I'll send it in.
Okay, thanks. All right. Well, let's kick off things in day 2 now. So of the HaCorona weekend, we're live on YouTube as well. Just a quick round, like very quickly, a round of introduction so you know who we are and how we can help you. So I'm here to support you in all things together with Yosha as main co-organizers. Paula is taking care of all of you guys, the team leads, and making sure that you're all settled with your teams. And Elad is specifically.
Good morning. Hi.
specifically coordinating the mentors and activities. So today is really about hacking time for all of you. And you will have one workshop at 9 a.m. together with Daniela. She's going to be introducing you to design thinking principles and how to work remotely right now, how you can make the best out of it remotely. And then throughout the day, you will have a lot of mentorship sessions with mentors. And I'll hand it over to Elad now to explain to you a little bit how that would work.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Please save your strength. We have a long weekend coming ahead. So we have, as I said yesterday, about 40 mentors that agreed and gonna pop and meet you all. We created 2 files. I'm gonna send it now on Slack. That basically one of them is the schedule that you can basically see all of the open slots to each of the mentors. And the other one is the description to all of the mentors with the LinkedIn, so you can go through it and basically look if there's someone interesting. If there's someone that you don't see in the list and you want, or you're looking for a specific kind of mentor, so please contact me. I will create also, once you registered on the schedule, I will create a Google Calendar event, which will have the Hangout link, and that will be where the meeting going to be. So we're not using Zoom for all of the meetings. We're going to use Hangout. It's just a bit easier because it's just automatic with the calendars. That's it for me.
That was short and sweet. Just to go over a little bit about the specific mentors who will be helping you. And so basically today, we have the mentors that they have generously offered their time are Sabine Seymour, who is the founder of Supa and Mudial. She's an entrepreneur, so she can really help you in terms of how to structure your pitch, and has been Also, she's been a keynote speaker, so she really knows how to communicate in public, and that will be very helpful for you. And especially with an entrepreneurial background, that can help you actually test your idea and assumption, and be able to see to think very quickly whether that's a feasible product. We're also going to have Andrea Lefner, who is doing Google strategy and helping Google startups. She's going to be helping between 11 and 12. She's not on the list, but she confirmed last night very late that she will be supporting us today. We also, I see here from also availability from 11 to 12:30, Pablo. Are you here, Pablo? Maybe not yet. Because Pablo is also, I believe, one of the co-organizers at Hacking Health before. And he has a lot of experience around human-centered design. Yeah, he's been doing the community outreach at the Hacking Health Berlin, and now working at LabTwin. So he has a lot of related experience in the healthcare, in the health tech sector. We have Royce Sternin, who is the chief patient and co-founder of Valero Clinical. So he really can also come and address some topics from the patient side. And also, he's also running and leading a startup in the healthcare space. So that can be quite useful to understand and test what you're building. We also have the VP of data at Flixbus. So for all of the data-driven products or the data-driven projects here, that could be very good to run your ideas and understand exactly how to structure it, structure your data perhaps, or pick Alexander's brain. His name is Alexander Stage. Alexander's brain, or what tools to use, how to structure the data, what would be the preferred way to be able to execute what you have in mind in such a short time. And we also have let me also look at the schedule. We also have Giorgio Del Erba, who is the CEO at Flip Technologies, and he has expertise on successful completion of large-scale programs and projects, planning, scheduling, organizing, and tracking processes. So Flip Technologies is an Italian sign of the Italian Institute of Technology that bring to market a disruptive electronic technology. So this could also be very helpful for you, again, to bounce ideas and to get some mentorship. Yeah, I would highly recommend, as Elad mentioned, to look at the people that would be the best fit for you, and also approach Elad and create the match make. Some other people that I don't see in the list for today as confirmed, but they have said to us that they are confirming for the weekend. Of course, is Levi Shapiro from Israel, founder of mHealth, who also has a lot of experience with building startups and manning a healthcare community. And we are very, very happy to have a lot of mentors from Bayer, and specifically Max Wegner, who is the head of regulatory affairs at Bayer. So really, for anyone here who's looking for legal advice, this is the person to talk with and understand how exactly that could fit from a governmental perspective. Just a couple of people more here on the list. Of course, we have Anya Opperman. Are you here, Anya?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. You're also mentoring.
Yes, I can start. Maybe I can start the video. Let's try.
Yes, you can say hello.
Hello, can you see me? I'm not sure. I don't have the video here. Yes, I can help you with prototyping and design questions. And my background is mechanical engineering. So if you have any questions about production and costs and design and material, especially, you can ask me. And I try to help you.
Great, thank you so much. I see, by the way, Friedhof, where are you? Can we see what we're looking at here? Oh, you're muted. Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, good morning, everyone. Yeah, I'm at Motion Lab right now, so I will work for you remotely and all our machinery. So if you need some 3D printed things or laser cutted things, I will do it for you together with in relationship with Anjo. And then can ship it around the world, more or less. So let's see how it works. And I'm really excited what is going on the next 2 days. So yeah, have a good day, everyone.
Have a good time too. Great, thanks. And who else is here who would like to take the mic as a mentor, introduce themselves, perhaps? Perhaps you can volunteer, because I don't know everybody in the list, to take over the mic if you want to.
Hi, hello, can you see me?
Yes.
Yes, hi, my name is Facundo. I'm an industrial designer. So most of my expertise is within medical devices.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I can add some advice from a product perspective for the development. And also I'm really interested in the collaboration between different fields, so interdisciplinary research and science. That will be.
Yeah, hi. I'm Ulf from the Fraunhofer, from the Startup Factory.
Hi.
So,
I think you're a judge, no? Helena?
Sorry?
Is he a judge? I think you added him as a judge yesterday, no?
Ulf from Fraunhofer? I don't think so. I think Mitko is a judge, but yes, Ulf. Ulf, you wanna serve as a mentor or as a judge?
As I can help as anyone what you need, because I'm at the factory already. I have to do my work, so I can help as a mentor. I can also build electronics on this weekend. If someone gets me something to build, I have the reflow oven behind me, a pick and place machine, a solar printer. I have anything set up right now, and I can also judge tomorrow if this is necessary. No worries.
Yes, your Fraunhofer also has offered to help us with the open hardware solution. So
yes,
maybe you can tell us a little bit about that too.
Yeah, because I have to work also the whole next week, and if we have a very strong output from this weekend, we can try to figure out what we can build in real starting by next Monday, when we make a short redesign with our startups here in Startup Factory, and try then to order some PCBs and to build something. And also we have some guys in the background here. They can check electronic designs very fast, because they have a strong knowledge in everything, starting from antenna design to microcontrollers, all those things. So when it comes to real PCB, maybe we are your partner.
Perfect. That's great. Great to hear. Thanks for joining us and for offering that. And as a judge, we will also have to share Katharina Brunner from Charité, who is she here? Is Katharina here? Maybe she can introduce herself. Or Mike, can you jump in and tell us a little bit about Katharina?
Honored to speak for Katharina. She is one of the founders of Hacking Health Berlin. She is a pediatric endocrinologist. But you may, if you know about her, she is the driving force behind artificial pancreases. So not only is she a top-notch clinician, she is an expert in hackathons. She is an expert in digital health, and she knows how to bring hardware to patients that need it. So if you're anyone out here who's watching, if you're able to get time with Dr. Katie and her sister, Francisca, who is also a clinician, really can help your project.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Mike, for telling us more about Katharina. And I see here in the list for today, we also have Zvika Shinar, CTO at MindUp Digital Health Incubator. So she can really help you guys with Are you here? Oh, it's he.
No,
sorry.
it's he.
It's he. Okay.
Mind Mapping is an incubator of the chief scientists of Israel, which was founded by Intel and one of the main VCs in Israel. It's for digital health companies, and they're very happy to support and help.
Perfect.
Also, I didn't say that the list going to be updated throughout the day. So we're gonna add the Bayer guys and also some other mentors that have contacted us. So please check the list once in a while.
Yes, and after yesterday also we've added for all of you guys. There's one person from the Slack community, Brian T. O'Neill, who is a UI and UX designer. He's very much happy to help you guys with design questions, because I know that I don't know if that's still the case, Paula, please confirm. But I know that we need more design support, and he generously offered to support you with brainstorming and definitely help you validate the idea and guide you a little bit in terms of, from a consultation perspective, how you can structure your project. And we also had a lot of doctors and physicians joining us, joining the mentors. And yeah, as Elad said, this is an organic live thing. So things are happening in process, and you will be connected with the mentors. What is important for you to know is that today is the day where you get a lot of mentorship and a lot of help in structuring your pitch and structuring your idea and your project. And one important update for whoever is here, and we'll see the video afterwards, is that we also decided for tomorrow that it will be good for everybody to pitch live, but we would also like to have your specific projects in a video format independently. So we can also help in that way the project live on. We're still discussing ideas of how the projects would be able to be shared, and we will update you about that later today. But basically, it will be great for you to already know that tomorrow at by 2:45, it will be good to have a video of your project, no more than 2 minutes, and there you can present what you've worked on, present the team very briefly, and make sure that you communicate, in an elevator pitch exactly what you want to do, so that we can have that video as well and be able to help you and distribute it afterwards as well to relevant people. And we are, as I mentioned, we're still thinking and processing of what will be the best next steps, so this project can come to life after our hackathon. Any questions about today? Anyone has any specific questions they want to ask? Any updates perhaps from yesterday? Anyone wants to say hello?
Hello.
Hi Agnes.
Hello. I just have one question. Do you have all this information about the schedule for today somewhere, like in a written format?
You mean the mentorship schedule?
Yes.
Elad?
Just type it in Slack or something like that, because I will definitely...
Wait 10 seconds, I'm just sending the message.
Perfect, thanks.
Cool. Hi, Sophie. Anyone else wants to say hello?
Hello.
Hello. I really like the background where you are, Fidov. It looks so good. It looks really cool. All right.
So crazy. It's so crazy in this empty hall, 1,500 square meters of a hall. And as you hear, nothing. No one here. It's like a huge playground for engineers.
A huge playground for engineers.
But my colleague Taylor is working from home, and she is also helping as a mentor in the design thinking process. So feel free to contact her. Taylor, are you here? Okay, she's in, but she's not speaking.
I see Max Wegner is here. Hello. Are you here? Okay, I can see him in the list. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear us. If you are here, it would be great if you can present yourself. And I also see here in the list Norbert, Herman, and Mitko, Vasilev. Can you guys tell us a couple of words about you? Because I know you're also part of the mentorship and judges team.
So hi, we're working together with the whole community to bring the infrastructure for data science and machine learning. We're getting ready with 42 tenants ready for ML and AI, and they're going to be distributed to all the teams. So let's make the best out of it.
Awesome. Thank you. And maybe Norbert, Herman?
Yes. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hello. Hello from Platz der Vereinten Nationen in Berlin. I work for the Senate Department for Economics, for Startup Affairs, and I can have a special view from the governmental economical side on your ideas. Happy to support.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Philip, you're here. Hi, Philip. Philip Blank.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Yeah,
Good morning.
Here. Max Wigner is also here,
Yes.
but he's on mute, but he's ready to support any team who needs regulatory advice.
Hi, everyone.
From the pharmaceutical business. So yeah, please reach out to us if you need support from regulatory affairs, things like this. And of course, our other Bayer colleagues will also join.
Thank you, Philip. One question, Philip, just what time will Max be available today?
From 11 to 1.
Okay, perfect. All right. Just confirming. Awesome. Thank you. Hi. And hi, Daniela. Hi.
Hi, everyone.
So Daniela is going to start for everybody in 5 minutes the design thinking workshop.
One question to you, Elena. Did you get the invitation to the
I did.
To the Jamboard?
Yes.
Okay. Can you share that to everyone?
I can create the link. Yeah, I mean, I can share it here with everybody because anyone on the internet.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. Yes.
And maybe
Share
could you share your screens and
Yeah,
click
sure.
for it, because I'm on my phone right now.
Yeah,
So
sure.
for everyone who is participating in the challenge of taking care of kids, this is a real challenge, especially since they get sick very often, with or without corona, which is my case now. So I have in parallel a sick little kid. So I'll just be quick, and I hope all the questions that come up can also be asked on the Slack channel or via message or WhatsApp.
We're officially starting at 9 in case anyone else wants to join.
Sure. Yeah.
But maybe you can give us a short introduction about yourself so people know.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so should I start now? Like it's not 9 already? Or?
Okay, you're right. I'm actually skipping ahead. Let's wait 3 minutes.
Let's wait, yeah.
Till Daniela starts, does anyone have any questions or any comments?
Sorry, I just struggled to get into Zoom, but I maybe just also want to introduce myself quickly.
Yes, please. Yes.
Yes, hi everyone, my name's Taylor. I'm part of the Motion Lab Berlin team. And yes, my expertise, if I were to say, would lie in design thinking predominantly. I've previously also founded a company and studied entrepreneurship and innovation. So with that, lean startup method is where I thrive.
Great.
Cool.
Awesome.
I look forward to working with you all for sure.
Same here.
Okay, so I guess I'll introduce myself too quickly, and
minutes.
maybe more people will join. 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes.
Wait, let's give it.
Did a group? Are the groups already set? Like, how was the night? What is the update?
Paula?
Yes. Hi, Daniela.
Hi.
Yeah, we have, wow, my sheet is like messed up now, but we have around 20, 25 teams.
Nice.
They're pretty much set up. I mean, yeah, a few of them have been working. I still have like a full update from all the team leads. But yeah, a lot of them are set up well now. And I guess I can send over another overview of where we're at right now. But you can also look at, if you have the Airtable entry, you can always have a full update of what's happening in terms of who's joining the team and what they also need still. Some of them, I mean, we still have data scientists, developers, UI designers, and LP specialists. That's what's needed for around 10 teams, I would say, still. So yeah, that's pretty much the update.
Cool.
Great, thanks, Paula. Yes, and if is anyone here from the teams that would like some support, let us know. It's now the time to say it. Okay, great.
Okay, so I'll just, we are like I'm in Germany. It's 9, sharp 9. Okay.
Okay, let's do it. Yes,
Let's do it. I mean, it's recorded anyway. So, hi everyone. I'm Daniela Marzavan, and I wear different hats. I have an innovation consultancy called Change Dera. It's a women-led company that helps large organizations, basically bureaucratic organizations, be more act and manage themselves in times of uncertainties. Well, yes, and we use a lot of designerly ways of doing and thinking and managing. Most of you know the term design thinking, so we did apply some of those methodologies. I'm sure you can all look it up what we are doing, and at the same time I'm a lecturer and professor for design thinking and human values. I started at the University for Applied Sciences in Berlin in 2012, and since 2013 I'm also a lecturer in the Master of Research for Design and Innovation at Elisava Barcelona. And when Elena and Mike reached out to me, we were actually just doing our 1-week introduction boot camp with 40 master students in Barcelona that we completed yesterday. So fast forward, quick and dirty, I asked my colleague, Professor Jorge Rodriguez, if we can use the canvases that we used last week with the students. And I'm just sharing these with you as a way for you as a team to structure your ideas and your thoughts. First of all, from our experience in working with small teams in an agile way that develop quickly ideas in especially multidisciplinary teams, here is the first hint. So you'll have teams from 5 to 7 people. Make sure you divide roles. So make sure you have a timekeeper in your team, someone who's kind of a time manager for all of you, and make sure that things are getting done in the following 48 hours. Make sure you have someone like a happiness manager that checks in with everyone once in a while and asks, are you okay? Is everything at home okay with you? How are you feeling? Did you stand up from your computer today? It's good every 45 minutes to stand up and do some exercises. So the happiness manager will keep everyone healthy and happy. Make sure you have a documentation, a person on your team, a documentation manager. That's the one that tracks all your process and makes sure it's everything documented. I propose you Jamboard for that. I think that's a really good tool to order your ideas, but I'm sure you might use GitHub, you might use whatever feels good to you, right? So tools need to serve you. So decide in your team what type of tool you will use, and what type of communication mean you'll use for your team. You might want to open up a WhatsApp channel or whatever, or use Slack. And then make sure you have clear early in the process a presentation person on your team. That's the one that's already preparing for the pitch on Sunday. Okay, so these are the roles: time manager, happiness manager, documentation manager, and presenter. And if you're more than 4 people on your team, you can divide those roles. So this up front. Then working on online in a distributed team on ideas might be a challenge. You can use this Jamboard, hope everyone is on it, to structure the ideas that you might already have. Most of you are probably very tech driven, and you already have an idea and already know the specifications of that idea and how you should implement it. But I would like to ask you to take a step back and make sure you really understood the challenge from a user's perspective. So the first canvas, these things are called canvases. They're there to structure your thoughts, okay? And to make sure that you as a team reach a shared understanding of what is the challenge in its environment. So the very first template in Corona Hack Process templates, it's a context map. So basically on a context map, put the name of your team, make sure every team has a name, okay? So give yourself a funny name, whatever name you find that resonates with the 5 of you. It helps to create some kind of identity too. So make sure you take like 2 minutes to give your team a cool name. Make sure you understand the economic climate, the main actors of your challenge, the uncertainties around your challenge, but also what type of support do you need? What is lacking? Is it political support that is lacking? Is it any type of regulations that you need to be reconsidered? Let's say in order for you to be able to 3D print some parts for technical for health devices, you might need, in Germany at least, some regulatory support for that, right? Of course, the economic climate, you just need to research a little bit how the stock markets went down, and please put on post-it notes these type of things. Here on the left, you have a sticky note tool where you have different colors. I urge you to use color coding. So make sure, right, if you have a lot of make sure you use green for a certain type of insights, blue for a certain type of insights, pink for a certain type of insights. This will help you in the end when you pitch to actually go back in the process and make sense of your data quicker. Okay, so let's go to the second template, which basically narrows a little bit your challenge. So try to redesign, rethink your challenge, reformulate it from the perspective of a specific user. Okay, so if it's the challenge about kids, taking care of kids at home in time of Corona, do you want to take the perspective of the kid, or do you want to take the perspective of the mom, of the dad, or of the grandma that is maybe helping via online storytelling to keep the kids busy? Okay, so make sure you have one persona. That's the term in the design thinking world, but I'm not going to bother you with the theory about that. So make sure you understand whose shoes do you want to walk into. Why do we do that? Well, basically, in the first step, when you have the context, you might want to call some people that you know that are affected. You might want to enter some forums, some blogs, some Facebook groups of people that are affected, because you really want to make sure you understand the whole insights of the users that you want to serve with your technical solution. Okay, so please take a lot of time for this. Maybe you already did over the night. I'm sure you did. And there is a reason why you choose that challenge, because you probably researched a lot around that challenge. But make sure your team members know what you know, but they don't know you know. Okay, so we call it tacit knowledge in academia. Here at the Bauhaus University, we research a lot about the cognitive process of design, early ways of thinking. And this type of knowledge is the things that you don't know, you know. So please over communicate, especially in a online environment. Make sure you over communicate, and make sure you look for pictures online that visualize what you have in your mind, for your team to actually understand what you think, and for you to reach a common understanding. And the happiness manager, you remember that role, is the one that makes sure that everyone at every step has the same pace and the same understanding of the challenge. Okay, so after you reformulated this question, remember, you can always go back and change it. Make sure you take one of that main customer you're trying to serve. Again, I'm going back to the kids challenge because I feel very much, I'm really excited about things that you'll come up with. So you want to have a mom or a dad. Are they working? Are they not working in parallel? Are they working in a hospital? And maybe they have the fear of bringing the virus at home when they come back. Are they working in a corporate environment and need to be like on the computer 10 hours a day and take care of kids? Like who? Please just give that persona a face, okay, and the context in their life, and try to tap in the emotional life of that person. So what do they say? What do they do? Here you can use lots of images, download them from the internet, and try to make it as vivid as possible. Another tool that I want to propose to you is the Stakeholder Map. So the Stakeholder Map helps you understand who is involved in your solution or in your challenge for now, because we're not talking about a solution yet. So please park your solution, whatever you have in your head, put it aside. You might want to start your process, your hackathon with your team by just brain dumping all the solutions that are out there on some post-it notes and then leaving them there until tomorrow at noon, okay, or tomorrow morning. And then take a step back and make sure you really understood the whole context and implication of your challenge. And every one of these challenges is a systemic challenge, right? So if we're talking about if we're talking again about childcare, or we're talking about self-diagnosis, there are so many stakeholders involved, and it's great that we have Bayer on board, we have Fraunhofer Institute on board. Make sure you put all of these stakeholders in this map. This map is the fourth one on the template. In the center, you would put the most important stakeholder, which for you will be your end user, the persona. So, the kid or the grandma or the person working with the device that you want to develop. And then the circles that go out, they're gonna be in the center is all the stakeholders that are absolutely crucial for your solution, okay, or for your challenge. Then you have in the next circle the person that are important, and in the next circle you have stakeholders that are relevant. Okay, they might be government regulators, they might be something that we'll need later on in the process. If you map everyone early enough, and you can also create connections between them and make sure how they inform each other's work, it will help you in the implementation phase to make sure you reach out to the right people that you need for your solution. Okay, so this stakeholder map is a very powerful tool for you to understand who else is involved in this challenge. The next template that we often use, and I think you could use it to understand the current usage of some of the things that are already out there and that you want to improve, is the customer journey map. So you can use a customer journey map in different ways. You can use it early in the process when you want to understand better how how your persona actually deals with the challenge that you are solving right now. So again, I'm taking the childcare at home. So the steps that you would have is, waking up in the morning, making breakfast, dressing up the kids. Maybe you want to start in the night, waking up when kids cry, when somebody has fever, when they have a nightmare, and then continue a day in the life of that person and make sure at what point in that day can your solution help, right? First, you can use it as an assessment tool to make sure you understand all the pain points in a day of the life of your user. And then having this assessment tool, you can more easily understand where can you, with your technical solution, actually jump in and linger one of those pain points, okay? You can also use this tool later on when you prototype your idea. So I'm sure you prototype some technical solution, then make sure you go through the experience of usage of that solution of your customer. So you can use the customer journey map also for playing through a scenario of usage of your technical solution. All these tools are versatile. I want to remind you that do you think one persona would be enough? No, absolutely not. One persona is not enough. This is a question in the chat. But given the time that we have, we need to focus on one or two persona. Okay, so in our innovation practices, mostly we have time and money and resources to play through very different persona. What I would suggest, because we are a huge crowd and we only have four challenges. So 4 challenges times 20 teams, we probably have 5 teams working on each challenge, right? In average. Why don't you as teams exchange the stakeholders maps that you come up with and then distribute a persona? So let's say you have the childcare problem, then have one team, walk in the shoes of the kid and the kid's experience, have one team walk in the shoes of the parent's experience, and have one team walk in the shoes of the grandma's experience, grandpa that is helping with that solution or whatever. Does that make sense, Michelle? Okay. I will go on. So after you've done this diagnosis and you really understood who are your stakeholders, what is the context? Okay, thank you, Michelle. What is their context? Please. So in design thinking, so the way of thinking and doing like designers was not born in San Francisco and was not invented by IDEO in the early 2000s. It's actually, it dates back to the Bauhaus school of thought, to the way architects used to work. So there's one architect, Ariel Sarina, that I really like to quote, that said, like 100 years ago, I think it's 1914, he said, make sure you design a chair in a room in a house in a neighborhood, and a neighborhood in a city. Okay, so the one that thinks about the chair and the material and the wood needs to connect with the one that does the city planning. And it seems kind of strange that we zoom in and zoom out like that. But this is exactly what we are looking at right now. Whatever solution, small technical solution you come up with, you need to embed it in the next larger context. So remember, design a chair in a room in a house in a neighborhood, and a neighborhood in a city. Okay, so make sure you understand the context, the cultural context, and the larger context of whatever solution you develop. Okay, good. So let's say you now reached a really good understanding of your challenge, which should be, let's say, done by the middle of the day, maybe. Take the time that you need, understanding really, really well your challenge. That's 90% of the problem solved.
Okay, so please take the time to really make sure that you understood your user, the pain points, the needs from a human perspective. What is desirable from a human perspective? Don't bother now about what's technical or regulatory possible. Okay, because you can defend your idea much better if you have researched the real existing need. Okay, and you can fight for regulatory changes, and you can actually make sure that you find the best technical support that is out there to implement your idea if you can defend it with a real existing need that has been researched really well. For the ideation process, I'm sure you have lots of ideas. As I said, remember, you have probably parked some of those ideas right at the beginning of your process. So you may now, after you and your team have reached a common understanding of the environment, the context, so from zooming out really big to context and zooming in really small to the single person and persona and their life and their feelings and emotions, now you can diverge again as a team and create loads of ideas. For this exercise, I would like to encourage you to think big and to have really courageous ideas, and not say as a team, yes, but that doesn't work. No, but this cannot be done technically. Please, in this phase, give yourself at least 1 hour of going mad and crazy and going for moonshots. The time manager here is really important. So he'll have a timekeeping tool. There's a lot of timekeeping tools online that you can share. And you'd be like, okay, guys, 40 minutes or 50 minutes of complete madness. Just brainstorm really crazy ideas. And you can use this idea card after you've clustered the type of ideas you have, right? Oh, here's another. So if you see like your teams doesn't come up with more than 3 or 4 ideas, and remember, on this stage, you really want to come up with lots of ideas, because the first 5 or 6 ideas are obvious, right? So it's just another app that does this and that, and if you research a bit, you'll find out, oh, that's already out there, which is great because you can build on that. But we have a thing that's called cognitive availability. So we all have probably read the same media and have very similar experiences, because we are in this hackathon together. So there's a reason why we're all here. And there's a lot of people out there who don't even know that this thing exists, right? So actually we need to tap in their minds. But you don't want to take the most obvious things, right? So if your team has only like 5 or 6 ideas, please go to the template number 7, which is called Lotus Blossom, and you put one of those ideas in the center and make sure you develop different aspects about that same idea, and then take another Lotus Blossom and develop even more of it. So please go for quantity. The more ideas you develop in this stage, take about an hour for that, the more you can then go for real innovative things that are not out there yet. So go for quantity, build upon the ideas of others. So if someone has a great idea, then put another Lotus Blossom on it, put another post and be like, yeah, okay, and we can do this and that, and we can do this and that. Remember, in this stage, it's not about owning an idea. There is no ownership of ideas. You as a team build upon the ideas and the brains of each other, support each other, make sure that you don't, that you're not negative and criticizing in a destructive way. Okay, so use words as yes and, that's great, what about, and make sure you don't fall in love with an idea. That's a very common thing that we find in our work. People fall in love with an idea and they just want to implement that idea, and it's not about you and it's not about your idea, it's about solving this problem that we all face right now. So make sure you think out of the box and out of what's already out there and what's cognitively available to you, but make sure you think out of the ego too. Okay, so please separate your idea from your very personal, need to implement something. And what you can do next, which is template. So you have done this template number 7, the Lotus Blossom. Then you can go back to template number 6 and actually structure a little bit your idea. If you all decided to test one of them and prototype one of them, you might come up with amazingly ideas that are really good, but you need to decide on one, right? Because in this hackathon, we can only prototype one of them. Okay, so when you go to the prototyping, refine and choose the best idea and detail the scenario in which it would work. Okay, so detail what type of things do you need, maybe a time of implementation, the key stakeholders, what might be barriers, resources that you need. I've also put up here a test card for you. So if you want to go back to some of the people you might have interviewed in terms of users, right? If you have managed to talk to some of the people that are actually affected by this problem, you can use this test card to have them give you feedback, an early stage feedback on your idea. Remember, you don't need a mock-up or a click mock-up or a prototype at this stage. It's really okay to have a 60-second pitch of your idea and ask someone, what do you think? When you ask, what do you think? Make sure you understand what's your hypothesis and what's your hypothesis and how will you capture that feedback, okay? To verify your hypothesis, you will ask 10 people or ask the hospital or ask Bayer and so on. Make sure you as a team understand what type of feedback you need and make sure that you as a team, when you get feedback on the early stage of your idea, you don't start defending your idea. So when you receive this early feedback for your idea, please, the only answer you will give is thank you. Make sure you record the feedback. You could even ask the people to give you a structured feedback in a way that they say, I like doing a red feedback, green feedback, and questions. So red feedback is things that you think won't work. Green feedback is things that are really amazing. And maybe people can even give you some more resources or links, or maybe something pops up in their mind that they've already heard exists, something similar. And questions is things that are not clear to them and they would like you to clarify on those. So structure the way you capture feedback from your users, because this is really important, and make sure you don't start a conversation with your end users when you do an early feedback session. Make sure you document also the learnings, right? So what type of learnings did you receive from this early feedback? And another canvas that I put you in here is the business model canvas. I'm not really sure this is relevant for you right now because it's, this is really if you want to pitch it and implement it later on. But we are in times of crisis right now. It's not about creating a solution that will bring revenue and profit to everyone. Right now, it's really about creating a solution that is actually desirable from a user needs perspective. So I think everyone who's been in this pitching and tech startup mentoring environment needs to do a counterintuitive thing right now, something that's not so obvious. It's not about scaling up and making a tech solution profitable. It's really about the desirability. Okay, well, here's another way. A learning card, number 12, is something that can help you structure your pitch. Remember, you have 5 minutes for your pitch. So this is like 9 different frames that you can use for your 5 minutes pitch. I'm not really sure actually, Paula. You need to tell me if the pitch will be 5 minutes or not, because I don't know that. So this is how we do it at the university in Barcelona and also here in Berlin. We basically give 5 to 7 minutes to pitch the idea. It's really important to tell the core story, to tell how you're going to meet the user needs. Make sure you help us understand what the need is. Make sure you give the person that will actually use your solution a face. You can even do a short animation for that, make a small video. And last but not least, these 12 templates that I gave you access to are something that we use over a whole semester with our students, or as a fast forward during the time of 1 week. So please don't freak out that you have to fill in everything in 48 hours. Please see these tools as an offering, support tools for you as a team to make sense of the same challenge remotely. But adapt and use these as you need them. The tools serve you. Technology serves us as humans. We don't serve technology. Technology serves us. And these canvases are a social technology for reaching common understanding in large teams. Okay, I'm sorry I rushed through this, but as I said, I'm trying to keep an eye on my kids. Please, I think we can stop the screen sharing and maybe go to a Q&A session.
Hi, Daniela. Hello.
Hi. Yes.
So you want me to stop? Sorry, there's a little bit of noise here too. So you want
you can put the video back on.
me to stop the sharing the screen?
Yes.
All right, perfect. And stop share, and we go to a Q&A session. I don't see.
You can put your questions in a chat.
Yes.
Okay.
So I have a couple of questions.
Yes, please.
No one is jumping in.
Yes.
So question number one. So thank you very much for sharing your templates and for walking us through them. Yeah, so basically my main question is, of course, right now, I think one thing that we should also touch upon, given that we are all working remotely, is how can we work efficiently now, or how can we help each other? What would be your suggestion?
So you have 48 hours. What I think you should check in every 2 hours as a team. So every 2 hours as a team, have a 10 minutes check-in session and do chunks of work. You can use these templates to actually slice up your work. Okay, Sophie is asking, will you share or send a doc which was presented?
Yeah, Daniela, don't worry. I'll be the one checking the question. So if you can just answer us,
okay.
and then
Yes,
I'll
great. Thank you. Oh, great. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would suggest you to work in to make a time schedule and make sure every 2 hours you check in together as a team with a face contact for 10 to 15 minutes. When you check in with face contact, there are some really easy rules. First of all, make sure you look in the camera so you have the eye contact. It's awkward at the beginning, but it's really helpful. So don't look like down to yourself, look to the camera. And make sure your camera is clean. And the happiness manager, please make sure that everyone can hear everyone, and start every session with, hi, how are you? How is it going? You can use these templates to structure your 60-minute sessions. You can even distribute. So if you're a team of 6, you can actually say, okay, the 2 of you, you go for the context mapping. The 2 of you, you go and research online, do some net hunting, we call it. So some research on the internet, on forums, on blogs where your users, your customers might hang out on, to find out what are their needs, their desires, and the biggest problem at the moment, and also make sure you document all the time what you've seen. You can use this post-it notes, so have one color, for instance, for all the type of technologies that you found that already solved that problem, right? So make it in one color, okay? And then check in together and everybody says what they've done. That would be my proposal for you as a remote team. And make sure you take breaks and stand up from your computer a couple of times a day.
Thank you. And yes, someone asked here if we will share or send the documents that was presented. That was already, they're shared in this chat, Sophie, and we can also we will also share them on the Slack channel. Any other questions from the audience?
Okay. There is a lot of videos out there about this whole design thinking process, and it's actually, there's so much more behind it. I don't think you should expect to actually understand everything that's behind it. Just see it as a technology for shared sense making in this really quick hackathon. And whoever wants to know more later on or reflect on some of the tools, we can talk next week, or you can reach out to me. That's another.
Cool. So are we ready to start hacking, teams? What do you feel like? Hello?
One more question.
Oh, what are the times for sessions today? By sessions, you mean the mentorship sessions, Artur? Is that what you mean? Yes. Yeah. So we're starting at 11 and finishing at 5 with the mentorship sessions. And you should have been shared a document on Slack. Well, the team leads are shared a document on Slack specifically related to the mentors that we have available and the times. And you basically, as far as I know as well, you wrote to me, Artur, you haven't joined a team and you are a researcher with a master's in physics and focus on data science. So I think the best thing would be for you to find a team, and then essentially they will arrange the sessions with the mentors. So find a team, go and find a team, and we will help you in a separate note. So Sophie's asking, when you say give a face to the user, what do you mean? Could you give an example, please?
Yes. Just a second. May I make a small remark for the mentors who are going to be with the teams today? So make sure with your mentors that they know where you are in the process. Are you still in the process of understanding your challenge? So doing the context map, doing the stakeholder map, doing the persona and redefining your challenge. How might we help Maria take care of her kids and do the night shift in the hospital while her husband is a police officer and really needed by his city right now? So this is a how might we question, right? So make sure your mentor, and please mentors, make sure you ask if the team is still taking that, remember, essential and important time of understanding and reframing the challenge. And as a mentor, please make sure that you don't jump to solution yourself, because mentors are mostly experts, and experts are really bad at leaving out their already predefined solutions that they have due to their extremely amazing experience they've had in the field or in the industry. So please, mentors, help in the first phase, let's say maybe today until
4 p.m., every team will really focus on understanding in depth the needs of the users and all the stakeholders involved and the context. And herefore, the mentors can give a lot of input. So people don't have to Google everything. So the mentors can actually tell them a lot, but don't jump to the solution yet. So mentors, experts, this is my suggestion to you. And as to the question, what would be a typical user? Where, as I said, give a face to a user. So last week, our students were developing ideas for improving the tech entrepreneurial startup systems in Barcelona. That was a challenge we had. A VC gave us this challenge. Entschuldigung. Okay, my daughter is watching. Okay, so I need to speak slower. So so one user they had was Nuria. Hi, Nuria. This is Nuria. Nuria works for the Barcelona government. Nuria is 35. She is a regulator for foreign investments. She has a passion for tech entrepreneurs. She has, a dog, whatever. So give Nuria a face, give Nuria a context, because if you are going to develop an app that helps Nuria understand how she can make the entrepreneurial setup system in Barcelona better, you need to understand how to embed that app in her life. Okay, look how seamless Nike has managed to have us track the way we run. Okay, or the smartwatch has managed to infiltrate in our lives because it understood how people work out, how people do sports, and just infiltrated the technology into people's life. That's really easy behavioral economics. So if you really understand the psychology and the life, a day in the life of your user, then it will be much easier for you in terms of user design, experience design, but also technology that you actually choose or select to infiltrate that in the normal behavior of your user. And I'll give you one more example of why customer journeys and user journeys are really important. When we were working with startup entrepreneurs in Rwanda a couple of years ago, we had extremely talented engineers from the University of Kigali developing irrigation systems for people who are in remote areas. And Rwanda is a very hilly country. It's like Switzerland, okay? So irrigation systems are extremely important, but also you have a lot of challenges through the geography. So they had this amazing technical solution. It was mind-blowing. Everyone, like VCs, everyone was amazed by their solution. The way they would have done the maintenance and the selling of this solution, so the touch points with the end customer, with the peasants, was extremely bad. And they didn't know that before they actually went and shadowed and analyzed and did field research with those people in the villages. And one thing they found out is that everyone met every Sunday with one spiritual leader in those villages for a gathering. So they realized that if they do their maintenance and their sales services in that Sunday with that spiritual leader, they'll reach much more people than they would reach with their social media campaign that they were going to make. So they were going to make a big social media campaign. They were going to use a lot of app-based technology. But their end users actually didn't use smartphones, and their end users could have been better reached through this Sunday community leaders meetings. So this is the importance of you really understanding how and where you can reach your end users, either to give them your solution or to develop the solution at an early stage for them. Okay.
Thank you.
more questions. Thank you, Sophie. You're welcome.
In terms of while you guys are asking questions, just a little update based on the comments here. In terms of mentors, we are updating the information and we will include more mentors there as soon as they also become available in terms of the time and capacity. So as soon as we know when are they going to be available, you will have the information. So Matthias, please bear with us. Also, Arthur Sphere Kriti has suggested that you join their team, Helping Hand. So you have a team now if you want to. Okay, any other questions for Daniela? All right. It seems like the teams are ready to start working.
Okay.
So thank you so much, Daniela. It was very insightful and very helpful to frame our process, everybody's process. As you mentioned already, it's a noble cause here. We're all trying our best to. It's not the usual hackathon.
Yes, I think that's something that we all need to, be counterintuitive and be brave and bold and courageous to actually think differently than we would do. Just yeah, we're really trying to solve a huge problem here, and we're in this together. So try to build upon, even if teams work on the same solution, communicate with the other teams and try to make it even better together. I'm really looking forward to the solutions on Sunday. I actually told you already, Alina, if there's a way to record the pitches, I would really like to look at them.
Yes, we will record the pitches. That's something that was announced today in the morning to the teams. It will be great to record the pitches, everybody, so they will have 2 minutes each. We will write it to them as well. Oh, hi.
Sag mal hallo.
Hi. And then, yes, when it comes to their pitches, they will have 3 minutes to pitch and 2 minutes for Q&A.
Okay.
Yeah. Arthur, the name is Helping Hand. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much, guys. Get to work all together. And Daniela, see you again soon here tomorrow. And yeah, if you need anything as teams, if you're still looking for anyone to team up with, check out the Airtable, talk with Paula, ask me as well. We're here to support you and to get you connected with the teams, and so you can work and help each other. If you have any questions related to the mentors and the judges, please ask Elad. So on that note, we'll see you again later. We have a checkout in the afternoon. So until then, we are here, of course, and we will be jumping on Zoom again spontaneously to always support you and to be here to answer any questions. And yeah, good luck and have a nice day.
Good luck, everyone.
Bye. See you online.
Thank you for working on this. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Signing off.
Bye.